pictures tomorrow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, Mia? You gotta get a little closer to the microphone on your...
I tried begging my mom. That way I can cut my hair.
Oh, you want to cut your own hair? No, don't cut your pretty hair. Manny?
My birthday is May 6th, so it's very close.
Like a couple of weeks, right? May 6th, couple of weeks, not too far off. All right, anybody else want to share anything exciting that's going on this week? Right, William, you got your hand up? You got to unmute, hon. You're muted. Let me unmute you. William, you're muted there.
I'm getting a new dog.
Oh, what kind of dog are you getting?
A pit.
A pit bull?
Pit bull.
Oh, wow. Cameron? You got to unmute, Cameron. Cameron, do you have your hand up? Okay, well, tell me.
On Sunday, my grandma bought me a gift that had a PlayStation card in it, some Jolly Ranchers, a new movie, and some pencils.
Oh, wow. Good for you. All right.
Now I don't have to buy pencils.
Now you don't have to buy any pencils? Well, I just went to Walmart the other day, like 2 days ago, to get a few groceries, and I happened to go through the clearance section. I was in Moxville, but I'm sure the Walmart in Statesville there has it too. They had a bunch of pencils on sale in the clearance section, and they had a bunch of those really good pencils. They're black, they're what are they called? Oh, I can't remember the name. It starts with a T. But anyway, they're on sale, like a whole bunch of them. So if you want some pencils, now's the time to get them because they're really cheap. They had a whole bunch of pens too on sale in the one in Moxville. Okay. All right. So it's like almost 10 after 6 now. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right. The first thing we're going to talk about tonight is triangles. On Monday, we went over the different types of triangles, right?
Yeah.
Triangles are classified by 2 ways. One, they're classified by their angles as either acute, obtuse, or right angle, okay? Then they are classified by their sides, okay? You can be classified by their sides as an isosceles triangle, which means that 2 of the sides are the same length. An equilateral triangle, which means that all of the sides are the same length. All sides are equal. Or a scalene triangle, where none of the sides are the same length, okay? So you can call a triangle by 2 names. You can call it by its angle, and you can call it by its length, its sides, okay? So you might have an isosceles acute triangle. You might have an obtuse scalene triangle. Okay, so a lot of times you'll see triangles named by both instead of just one. Instead of being just an acute triangle or a right triangle, it might be an equilateral acute triangle or an acute equilateral triangle, either way. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so we learned about all those things. Tonight, we are going to learn about a protractor because we're going to learn about, okay, can y'all see my board behind me?
Yeah.
We are going to learn about these angles on a protractor, how you would decide if that angle, the specific amount of degrees. Yes, I sent you one to look at, okay? All right, so, oh, I forgot to bring something up. Let me go find it real quick. I have a interactive one. Let me find it. Have an interactive protractor that shows you how to measure the exact measurement of that angle. Okay? All right, so let me grab this real quick so I can share it with you. Okay. Give me just a second, because I thought I had everything pulled up, and apparently I left that. All right. So I'm going to screen share this with you. Okay. All right. So this is a protractor. And a protractor tells you, I'm trying to get a hold of that thing. It'll tell you what the measurement of something is. Okay? Let me get this off. Get off. All right. I'm going to blow this up so we can see it. Can everybody see that protractor? All protractors have a center constraint. Somebody needs to mute because I'm getting feedback of myself. Okay, mute. I'm not sure who's muted. I'll mute all of you. Okay, everybody mute yourself. Okay? Because I'm getting feedback. All right. So on this protractor here, there's a center part here. Okay? This is where your angle starts at the center, at the vertex. Right here is the vertex. That's where your center of it would be. When you move, you have degrees here. If you're going, it starts here at 0. If you have an acute angle, you use the measurements on the inside here. Okay? Once you get past 90 degrees, now you're into measurements that are larger, but you'll still stay on the inside here. Okay? So if I come here and move, I have my line here. It starts on 0. Okay? When I move it up, if I move it to right here, it is now, is this angle that you see right here at this vertex, this is what we're measuring, this right here. This line is on 40 and it is on 140. But with this angle being from here to here, this will tell me it's an acute angle, okay? So I need to measure a distance that is smaller than 90 degrees. So it cannot be the 140 degrees. So this measurement here is a 40-degree angle. It's a 40-degree angle. When I move this line up to here, now it's at 70 degrees. So from here to the line down here at 0, from here to here, this angle right here is 70 degrees. When it's straight up and down, this will be your 90-degree angle. Okay? If I go over to here, okay? Now I'm measuring from here to here, and this is way more than a 90-degree angle. It's an obtuse angle. so that I know it is not 50 degrees. Okay? If it's not 50, it's got to be the larger number because the angle is obtuse, more than 90. So this is 130 degree angle. If I click this, it'll show up right here. On a normal one, you won't see that, but ones we use in class. But on this interactive one, you do. And I click right there, you see? You can watch it go up and down. Each one of these little marks is a 1 degree. Okay? So right there is 127 degrees. It's 20, 120,
Yes, ma'am.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? You guys, somebody has unmuted themselves and now I'm getting feedback again. Please.
Yes, I need to ask you a question.
What?
I can't see the screen.
I see I can't see everybody because I've got y'all up on. Yeah. Okay, let me know if you cannot see the screen. Okay, because I'll put you over here on the chat. Okay. All right. You got to turn your volume down because I'm getting feedback. Okay. All right. So this thing is called a protractor. Okay. And like I said, each one of these little marks here is 1 degree. Okay. If I go back over here to 0 and I go up 2 little marks, it's 2 degrees. Does everybody see 2 in the center of my protractor? Okay, that's 2 degrees. If I go right up here to this, I'm right between the 20 and the 30. That longer mark between 20 and 30 there degrees, that's 25 degrees. Okay, protractors do not have to start over here on this side. Protractors can start over here on this side, okay? Protractors can start here and go the other direction. I can start here and go this way, okay? Because if I want to take this and move it over to here, okay? Now it's over there at 0. But I can still measure this way. I can start down here and then I start at 0. This is actually 10 degrees for an acute angle. Okay. It's not 170, it's 10. So I can start here at 0 and go up, or I can start on this side at 0 and go up. Okay. So protractors are kind of universal. You can use them in different ways. And tonight, I sent you guys one, a blank one, okay? Because that right there is 90 degrees. All right, I sent you guys a blank one that I'm gonna pull up here for to look at. Did I pull up the wrong one?
No.
Well, mine. There it is. Okay. All right. So this one here is a protractor, and you can draw on it. Okay. On yours, if I'm gonna draw with mine. I have my drawing thing. Well, I was going to draw on it. I'm trying to find my button. Say, Lou. All right. All right, I'm gonna stop and come back and share this because it didn't share right. All right. All right. So where are my books? All right, I don't see them. Okay. Anyway, we'll move on. All right. So if I take and draw a line, let me find the line. All right. So if I start here at 0, if I see 0 there. Okay. Let me go put a different color. Make it red. Okay? If I draw another line that's coming right through here. Okay. What? Somebody has not. Somebody's unmuted. Unmute yourself, hon. I got feedback coming. Okay, this is. I'm trying to get y'all where I can see all of you, and it's y'all are not getting on there. There, if I can. All right. Raise your hand if you can tell me what angle that is, what degree angle that is. Raise your hand. Mia, unmute and tell me. What? Honey, you got to get closer to the mic.
Acute.
It is an acute, but what is the degree of the angle?
110.
Is acute, is 110 more or less? You told me it was acute, so can it be 110?
No.
What's it got to be?
70.
It's got to be 70-degree angle, okay? So that's why you have that paper there that I sent you so that you could practice and see where the lines are. Now, this one here doesn't have as many lines on it, but between here, this starts at 0, okay? What if I go right here? Somebody unmute yourself and tell me what that line, what that degree would be. Nalia, can you unmute and tell me what that degree would be? You start here at 0 and you count up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. What is it, Lucas?
145.
145? Is this angle right here, is it acute or obtuse?
Oh, obtuse.
Nope.
Acute.
Acute. Would acute be 145 degrees?
Yes.
No. Acute would be small like a baby. So acute would be the lower number. What's the lower number?
45.
Not 45 because you're starting here at 0.
35.
35. Okay. So guys, you got to make sure that if this angle is acute, you are not going by the top number. You're going by the lower number. Okay. If I take this and I move it all the way over to here, okay, Manny, what kind of angle is this now? What is it, Manny?
Obtuse.
It's obtuse. Knowing that it's obtuse, what does that tell me that the measurement is of that angle? Obtuse means it's got to be what? More
Than 90 degrees.
more than 90 degrees. So if it's an obtuse, which one of these numbers over here am I going to use? Am I going to use the 60 or the 120?
120.
120 degrees, because 60 would be smaller than 90, and this angle here is obtuse, not acute. Okay? So what if I go to right here? Isabel, unmute yourself and tell me what that angle would be.
A right.
It's a right angle. And what is a right angle? What's the degrees of a right angle?
90.
90 degrees. Okay? Now, here's something that's really tricky, okay? Pay attention. If I take this and go all the way down to here, what do I make? What do I make? Havoc, what do I make? Look at my red line. My red line is made of what, Havoc?
A line?
It's made of straight line. That's it. A straight line is called a straight angle. That's it. And if somebody asked me what the measurement is of a straight angle, where did my red line end? It started here at 0 and it went all the way around and it goes to right here. So what is my measurement for that straight angle? Lexi, what's the measurement of that straight angle?
0.
No, because it's more than 90 degrees, because it starts here and it goes up, 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 around, 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 and over to here. I'm measuring from this, that whole arc. It's not 0 measurement, it's
180.
180, okay? So a straight line is 180 degrees, okay? It's called a straight angle because you're measuring from this side up, arched all the way around to this side, and that's 180 degrees. All right? So anyway, this is a protractor. What is the measurement of this angle? Let's see. Briley, what's the measurement of this angle I have? It's from here to here. What's the measurement of it?
140.
Yes, 140, because what kind of angle is this?
Obtuse.
Obtuse. That's exactly right. Okay, what about this one? Lily Shoe. Where are you at? Lily Shoe. I lost her. Where'd she go? Oh, there you are. Lily Shoe. What kind of angle is this?
Acute.
Acute, exactly. So is acute going to be lower numbers or higher numbers than 90?
Low.
Lower. So when we look at this and we count up, what is the angle? You start down here at the bottom. 5, 10. Keep going up. What is it? Do you see it, Lily? It's between 50 and 60, so it's what's halfway between 50 and 60? Count Kelly, count it with me. Look. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Okay? So that's a 55-degree angle. All right, raise your hand if you can give me this one. Raise your hand if you can give me this one. Have it?
Obtuse.
It is obtuse. You are exactly right. So what's the measurement of that obtuse?
Huh? What's 100?
Not 100. What is it on?
Oh,
Lucas, turn around upside right, please.
160.
It is 160. Okay. Does everybody kind of have an understanding of how you read a protractor? Yes? Thumb up if you do. Hi, Aaliyah. All right. All right. So that is how you read a protractor. Okay. You go by the type of angle it is, acute, right, or obtuse, and depending on the kind of angle it is, you decide if you need to use the low numbers or the high numbers to tell me what the measurement is of that angle. Okay? Now, we're not going to get into it tonight because it's going to take a little longer, but I could take this and move it around to here, and this will continue on from 180, will continue on around until you get all the way around. A complete circle is 360 degrees, okay? So if I start here and I go all the way around, that's 90, 180, and then when I go straight down like that, that's 270 degrees, and all the way back around to 0 is actually 360 degrees, okay? All right, raise your hand. We're going to do one last one right here. Raise your hand and tell me what the measurement is on this one. Raise your hand. Let's see. Camden, are you there? I can't see you. Camden, what kind of angle is that? Unmute yourself and tell me. Camden, what is that?
Obtuse.
It is obtuse. Now, Camden, tell me what the degree of that angle would be.
75.
75 for an obtuse?
Oh, hold up. 180.
Is it on 180?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think so. We're here at 90, 95, 100, 10.
I know.
105.
105. It's between 100 and 110. So this angle is not 180. 180 would have to be way down here. It's 105 degrees. Okay? This is how you measure, specifically measure angles. Okay? What is this angle's exact measurement? More than just saying it's an acute, obtuse, or right. Now you're going to be able to tell me, oh, it's 35-degree acute angle, or it's 140-degree obtuse angle, okay? So using a protractor, and that's what this is called, a protractor, all right, we can decide what the measurement is, all right? So with that, let's look at something else, okay? A little sheet I want to put up. It's one I shared with you too. We're going to look at some measurements that they have, okay? Let me grab, where'd it go? All right, hold on. All right, I'm going to screen share this one with you. Okay. Does everybody see that one? Says
Yep.
using a protractor. Everybody see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I shared this
Okay.
sheet with you. Okay. If you printed it off, get that. If you don't have it, that's fine. You can just look at my screen. I'm actually going to blow this up a little bigger so we can get it up here. And I
See
can
the
see it.
screen.
You can't see my screen?
No, I cannot see.
Can't either.
No, I can't see that.
Yeah, because our first payment was made in what, January?
All right. Well, you got to click on your audio or your screen share type thing, okay? All right. I put up here number 1, okay? And I've made it big enough on the screen that you should be able to see it. It says use the protractor to measure these angles. Well, here's your protractor already up on your screen, okay? And this one, they're starting from the left side. Instead of the right side, they're starting over here at the left side. This bottom line here is always going to be where you start, okay? And here is your vertex, right? At that center where those two lines meet, okay? You always put this bottom, put one of the lines on that zeroed line there, and you put the vertex right in the center where they have this little crossbar. Okay? So if we start here at 0 and we're going to go up to this line, okay? What kind of angle is that? What kind of angle is that, Isabel? Unmute yourself because it's not letting me unmute you. Isabel, what kind of angle is that? Acute, right, or obtuse?
Acute.
It's acute, okay? So now that we know it's acute, we know that the measurement's going to be less than 90 degrees. Lucas, sit still, honey. Okay? We know it's going to be less than 90 degrees. So we're not looking for a high number. Look up here. Let's see. Where is this at? Well, there is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. Okay? So this measurement is going to be 60. Whoops. Okay, that looks funny, doesn't it? It's not letting me. Let me type
Yuck,
it there.
yuck.
Okay, it is 65 degrees. Okay, so this is 65 degrees, and it's, what kind did she say it was? She said it was an acute.
Acute.
It's an acute 65. This little circle right here means degree. So it's a 65 degree acute angle. Okay, that's number 1. So I'm going to move over here and let's look at number 2. Okay, let's look at number 2. First off, you need to figure out, this one's going from the right. You got to look at the bottom line is on 0. And we're going all the way around to here. So what kind of angle is that? Mia, what kind of angle is that? What kind of angle? Can you name it?
An obtuse.
Obtuse. All right. So Mia, now that we know it's an obtuse, okay, I'm going to write the word obtuse right there so we don't forget. And we know that obtuse has got to be more than 90 degrees. What is the actual degree of that angle?
120.
Yes, 120. Hang on, I got something on my screen here. No, you cannot have remote control of my screen. Okay, so it's 120 degrees. Okay, that's 120 degrees. All right, so let's look down. You guys do number 3 for me. Tell me, is it acute, is it right, or obtuse? And then look at the protractor and tell me what the degree would be. Tell me what the degree would be. I'm going to give everybody just a minute to look at that. Remember, you're going to start at 0. And then you're going to follow around the arc to this to decide, is it obtuse, right, or acute? And once we figure out is it what the angle type is, then we can decide what numbers we need to use. Okay? Everybody take just a minute to complete that.
I don't have
If we were at school, I would hand you a real protractor and you would be doing this with a protractor in your hand. But since we're not at the school, this is the best I could do to get it to you. Okay? All right. Nalia, can you unmute and tell me what type of angle this is? Is it a right, acute, or obtuse? Obtuse, that's exactly right. It's obtuse. So once it's obtuse, what is the measurement of that obtuse angle? What's the measurement? Start down here. We're going up, 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 up. Oh, we're at 90. We're going a little past that. What is that? Each one of these is 1 degree. 1, 2, 3, 4. Speak louder, please.
95.
Yes, ma'am, 95. It's 95 degrees. Okay? It's a 95-degree angle. All right, take a minute and do number 4, please. Decide what kind of angle you're looking at. And from there, decide if you need to use low numbers or high numbers to measure the angle. Look at number 4. Decide if that is a obtuse, acute, or a right angle. And once you decide, then you'll know if you need to use the low numbers or the high numbers to tell me what the angle degree is, the degree of the angle. Okay? Aaliyah, can you tell me what kind of angle that is? You'll have to unmute.
Acute?
Yes, ma'am, it is an acute angle, exactly right. Okay, so this is a acute angle. Now, Aaliyah, can you tell me what the measurement would be of that acute angle?
Ouch. Did you just bite me?
Cameron, if you're going to talk, you got to mute. Aaliyah, what's the measurement of the acute angle? Start at 0 and work your way up. What's it on? What's the measurement from here? Huh?
What? 25?
Would acute be anything in the 100s?
No.
Okay, so it can't be anything that's 100 something. So what's our other option?
25.
25. Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. Couple more here. All right, so 5. Choose your angle and then tell me what that kind of angle and then tell me the measurement. I'll give you just a second there to look at that. All right, so let's see. Lily Shelton, what kind of angle is this?
Acute.
It starts right here.
Oh, obtuse.
Obtuse. All right, Lily, since it is obtuse and it starts here and we're going to go all the way around past 90 degrees to here, what's my angle measurement going to be?
145 degrees.
Correct, 145 degrees. Okay, it's 145 degrees. I don't know how I cocked that sideways, but anyway. All right, so that's 145 degrees. All right, try one more here, and then we're going to move on to do something else, okay? So right here, we've got an angle. Raise your hand if you see the angle. Do you see the angle?
No, because there isn't an angle. Well, I mean,
Oh,
yeah, kind of is.
there is an angle. We talked about it a little bit ago. I told you this is where it gets a little confusing. People get a little confused. I drew it for you.
It's a straight one.
Okay. This one is actually called a straight angle. We talked about that a little bit ago, remember? A straight angle. And a straight angle always is one specific degree. What's the measurement of a straight angle? Do you remember, Isabel? William, do you remember what the measurement of a straight angle is?
At 180 degrees.
Yes, 180 degrees because it starts here at 0 and we follow it all the way around to the other side where the line is. And since it's a flat line, it goes from 0 all the way over to 180 degrees right there. So a straight angle is 180 degrees. Okay? 180 degrees. All right. I'm going to stop sharing that for a minute. Okay? All right. So we got through that new lesson. It's kind of hard. We're going to have to go over a couple of times rather, of how to use a protractor, how to read it. But you had to learn what an acute, an obtuse, angle, all those were, okay, in order to read a protractor. Because if you don't know that an acute angle is less than 9 degrees, you won't be able to tell me that the measurement on that protractor needs to be the less than 90 degree measurement and not the more than 90 degree measurement, okay? If you know that's obtuse, then you know you're going to need to look at a measurement that's more than 90 degrees and not the small number on the protractor, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and play a quick Kahoot game about triangles, okay? Let's play a quick Kahoot game. So if everybody will get your stuff ready to play Kahoot before we start talking about science, I'll pull that up in my screen share for my Kahoot game. All right. And okay, and so we're at Kahoot, and it's 4699121. 4699121. Oh, Isabel's in. Good. Maggie's in. Mia's in. Briley's in. Lily 2's in. Lily 1's in. Havoc's in. Aaliyah's in. Okay, looks like I got 14 of you. I got 9 of you in right now, okay? So I'm missing William, Nalia, Manny. Who else am I missing?
Miss Miller.
Yes.
It says I'm in, but it's not showing my name up on here.
Are you in mine? Because yours would be on my screen here if you were in with me.
Yeah, I just typed in a number and
Try it again, please. Okay, because I got Manny now. Just try it one more time for me. Got Camden. Got Lexi. Okay, I got 12 of you. Got almost everybody in so far.
My phone just died.
Uh-oh, Lucas. Lucas, you can do it with a split screen. If are you on a computer? You can pull it down and make.
I plugged it up.
Oh, you plugged the phone up?
If you're on a tablet, you can swipe up and then bring Safari to the side of your screen.
Yeah, you can do it
Who
with.
has a tablet
Okay,
anymore?
William, you're in.
Me.
Yeah, several of them use it. Some of them are having to use a tablet, and some are using a computer. All right, so
I'm using
I
phone.
still have 12.
tablet?
William just got in. Somebody must have went out. All right, well, so we're going to go ahead and get started so we can get this game going. All right, and then we can go back to talking about some science. Okay. All right, because I got 12 of you in, and see, I got William, Camden, Lexi, Manny, Aaliyah, Havoc, Lily 1, Briley, Lily 2, Mia, Maggie.
Hold on.
Oh, hurry, Lucas, hurry. Okay.
Miss Miller, what time is the meeting over?
It usually lasts about an hour, between an hour and a half, depending on how long it takes us to get through everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
Camden.
The Fortnite event.
Yeah, the event just is happening.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with this game, and you guys,
Oh my God.
Lucas, honey, do a split screen if you can't have your phone plugged up. You're going to have to try
It's
different.
on, and I'm trying to get in.
Well, hurry. Don't just sit there. All right. So, all right. Triangles, and we're ready in 1.
Quiz.
Name this
What name is the
angle
triangle
by
by
its the triangle by its angles. Name it by its angles.
I'm going with Acute.
All right, it did have acute angles. Good job. All right.
Who said equilateral?
Okay, Mia. Mia got in first and correct. Guys, you have to mute if you're going to talk. Okay, next. Name this triangle by its sides. Name this one by its sides. Name this by its sides. I have 10 answers. I need a couple more. All right, so it was an equilateral triangle because all three sides were equal. They were the same. Manny takes the lead. Havoc is hot on his heels. Name this triangle by its sides. Look at the sides of this triangle.
I was gonna pick. You're stupid. Miss Miller, the event starts in 7 minutes. Can I please go?
Guess what? All right. Oh, no one got this one correct. That said by its sides. That's not a side.
I know that's why no one picked it.
That's correct. No one picked. That's not a side. That question was incorrect.
Actually, Camden, it starts.
So if you went by the sides, it had 2 equal sides, so it should have been an isosceles. This one should have been isosceles. That answer is wrong. Whoever created this game fixed that wrong. Okay, so if you chose the orange here or yellow, whatever that is, isosceles, that was correct. All right, next. What type of angle does this triangle have? What type of angle does that triangle have? All right, it did. It had one right angle and the other 2 were acute. The other 2 were acute. Oh, Lucas came up 3 places, it said.
Oh, Miss Miller, it wouldn't even let me pick.
Why? Where's my next button? There it is. All right. Does an acute triangle always have 3 acute angles? Does an acute triangle always have 3 acute angles? Yes, an acute triangle always has acute angles. If it's acute triangle, every angle will be an acute angle. Okay? All right, Manny, Camden is coming up. Camden is coming up. Number 6, what is degree that defines an obtuse angle? What degree defines an obtuse angle?
You have to make it. I'm loading in right now.
Greater than 90, correct. Greater than 90 is obtuse. Oh, Maggie's coming up. Maggie's getting behind you, Manny. Number 7, a triangle's total angles always equal what? We talked about this. all the angles together always equal this. The triangle's total angles always equal what?
Miss Miller, I have to go. So I have to leave the thing.
You have to go where?
I have to go home. I'm not at home.
Okay, I'm joining right now.
Okay.
I didn't have to do that.
Okay. It's always 100. Remember I said when you add all three angles, you have three angles. 1, 2, and the top one is 3. And when you add the 3 together, it will always be 180 degrees. It'll always be 180.
Please do not start killing people.
All right. An isosceles triangle has what?
I got me a good seat.
Camden. An isosceles triangle always has what?
What's up to pick up my boys?
You made me hit the wrong answer.
Always has two sides the same. Isosceles means that two of the sides are the same. Oh, Havoc takes the lead. Havoc takes the lead. Number 9, an equilateral triangle has what? An equilateral triangle has what? Always has all the same sides the same. Okay? Havoc is still in the lead and Mia is catching him. Number 10, triangles can have blank. Triangles can have what? Triangles can have what? Triangles can have two names. They can have acute, obtuse, or right. Along with, they can have isosceles, scalene, or right. Okay? I mean, scalene or, yeah, right. That's right. Okay, so it can have two names. It can be an acute isosceles triangle. Acute isosceles, two names. Number 11, you can measure triangles by using a what? Think about its angles. You measure what? What do you use to measure angles? You can measure triangles by using a what? A triangle has angles. When you measure it, you use what? A protractor, because we just used one. We just used one. You use a protractor. All right, Havoc is still in the lead. A scalene triangle is named by its what? A scalene triangle is named by its what? It is named by its sides. That is exactly right. Naming it by its sides. Okay, Havoc, Manny is catching you. He's coming back. 13, an obtuse triangle is named by its what? An obtuse triangle is named by its angles, correct. It is obtuse means angles. All right. The lead hasn't changed. Havoc's been in the lead for a while now, Havoc. All right. An acute triangle is named by its what? An acute triangle is named by its what? Acute triangle is named by its angles, correct. Acute is an angle. Acute means that it's a small angle, not a large angle. Okay. Ooh, Briley's making a comeback here at the end. Briley's making a comeback. Okay, 15. Isosceles, equilateral, and scalene are triangles named by their what? Isosceles, equilateral, and scalene are triangles named by their what? They are named by the sides. Remember, isosceles, that's naming the sides. How many sides are equal? How many sides are the same length? So that's naming them by their sides. Ooh, Mia's trying to make a comeback. And William, ooh, William's moving up too. And last one, acute, right, and obtuse triangles are named by their acute, right, and obtuse triangles are named by their what? By their angles, that's correct. Acute, right, and obtuse are what angle they're at. Okay, so it's named by the angles. And here's our podium. We have in third place today, Manny. Good job, Manny. And our second place, Riley. And our number one person tonight is Havoc. Yay for Havoc. Good job, Havoc. Runners up were William and Isabel. Good job, William and Isabel. Good job. All right. Now I'm going to close that thing out so it'll stop making that noise. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's go back to this. All right. So was that fun? Did y'all like that? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Did it kind of help you remember some of the stuff we've been talking about for over a week now?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, quick review. We're talking about ecosystems. Right? We learned what ecosystem was. It's all the things around us, living and non-living. We broke that down, okay? An ecosystem breaks down into communities. All the living things that are in the area, the bacteria, the plants, the animals, all those living things living together, just like you live together in your community with all the other families, right? Okay? Then we broke it down from there into populations, and populations were a specific group of something, like a group of ants, a group of bees, a group of people, a group of animals, a group of plants, a group of trees, flowers, one specific group all living together and making more of that, reproducing more of that. Trees will produce more trees. Flowers usually drop seeds and produce more flowers. Cows, animals, all humans, we reproduce by making a baby. So that's how we reproduce, and we're a population, okay? From population, we came down to each one of us in the population have a habitat, which is a home, and we move into our home, okay? My cows out in my pasture, they all go to the barn at night. That's their habitat. That's their home. That's where they go to live. Okay? Beavers build dams over the top of the water and block the water. Ants usually dig a hole down in the ground, and they have tunnels dug all through the ground. Bees will build a nest or a hive. Okay? So there is their home. Where do they go to live? Birds in a nest. Okay, so that was the 3 parts of the ecosystem. All right, we moved into talking about producers, consumers, and decomposers on Monday. Okay, but my share wasn't working, so I couldn't show you this video, but I want to show it to you now. I put it on YouTube in case any of you went there and listened to it. Okay, Riley, that's pretty. It's talking about producers. Producers are things that create their own food. Can you create your own food? Yes? No? Can you make your own food? Can your body make its own food? No. Your body cannot make its own food. You have to put stuff into this, into your mouth, in order to get energy, okay? Producers make their own food. Things that are producers are plants, trees, flowers, things that go through a photosynthesis stage where they get the sun and they create things into sugars, okay? Consumers are anything that eats something. You guys, do you eat? Yes? You eat? I don't see any thumbs. Y'all eat? If you eat, if you put something into your mouth and eat it, you are a consumer. You are consuming that food, and that's what's going, your body's going to transform that into energy for your body, okay? A decomposer is like a mushroom, okay? Stop dancing. A decomposer is like a mushroom. It doesn't like the sunlight. It likes to be in the dark, and it gets its nutrients by drawing it from decomposing materials, such as a rotten log. You ever seen a mushroom growing on a rotten log? Okay, it's pulling the nutrients and the things that it needs out of that log. Okay, it's not making its own food. It's getting it from somewhere else, but it doesn't have a mouth to eat it. So it's using decomposing things. So they're called decomposers. All right. I'm going to show you this video real quick. So I want all of you to mute yourself so that you can hear this. Okay? All right. So I'm going to start this video to play in here. This is an introduction to producers, consumers, can't see it. Producers, consumers, and decomposers. Okay? It takes about 8 minutes. So just listen. It's something I put up on YouTube. If you didn't see it there, you're going to see it here tonight. Okay? So just take a listen. Earlier, we learned what an ecosystem is, and that an ecosystem has a community, populations, and habitats. In this presentation, we will learn about the populations and what each population eats. Living organisms can be classified as either a producer, a consumer, or a decomposer. A producer is a living thing such as a plant that can make its own food. This mighty oak tree is a producer that produces its own food. A consumer is a living thing that cannot make its own food and must eat other things to survive. A lion is a consumer. He eats other animals to survive. A decomposer is a living thing that feeds on the waste and remains of plants and animals. A mushroom is an example of a decomposer. In this picture, you will see that the mushrooms are living on the decomposing log. Consumers are also classified into 3 categories. One is a herbivore. A herbivore is an animal that eats only plants. A giraffe is a herbivore. They do not eat meat. A carnivore is an animal that eats only other animals. A tiger is an example of a carnivore, he eats only meat, no plants. An omnivore is an animal that eats both plants and animals. A bear is an omnivore. You are also an omnivore because you and the bear both eat plants and animals. Food comes from the sun. Most living things get the energy from sunlight. Green plants and algae use the energy of sunlight and change it to produce food through photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process plants use to take the energy from sunlight and use it to convert carbon dioxide and water into sugars and oxygen. These sugars are food for the plants and provide this necessary energy for them to grow and be healthy. What materials do plants need to make sugar? Plants need carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight to create sugars through photosynthesis. What would happen if a plant did not have the needed water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight? It would not be able to make sugars by photosynthesis, therefore the plant would die. Producers and consumers. Living things that make their own food are called producers. Plants, no matter how big or how small, are producers. They use the sunlight through photosynthesis to make their own food. Some animals get their energy they need to survive by eating plants. Some animals eat both plants and other animals to survive. These animals are all called consumers because they are taking in food through their mouth. Consumers cannot make their own food, so they must eat other living things. What kind of living things get their energy directly from the sun? Producers or plants. They get their energy directly from the sun so that they can produce their own food. What is sunlight? Why is sunlight important to animals that eat other animals? Why is sunlight important to animals that eat other animals? Plants need sunlight to live and grow. Without plants, animals that eat plants would die. Then animals that eat other animals would die also. What is a producer? Give me 2 examples of a producer. A producer is a living thing that makes its own food. Examples include grass, flowers, algae, moss, and cacti. What is a consumer? Think of 2 examples. A consumer is a living thing that gets its energy by eating producers or other consumers. Examples are any animal. All animals will either eat plants or plants and animals, or just animals. In review, there are 3 types of consumers. You have your herbivores. animals that eat only plants. Examples are giraffes and rabbits. Carnivores, animals that eat only other animals. Examples, cougars and lions. Omnivores, animals that eat both plants and animals. They eat producers and consumers. Examples, bears, hyenas, and humans. Name the 3 kinds of consumers. Give 2 examples for each consumer. Herbivore, examples could be deer and horse. Carnivore, examples could be panther and lion. Omnivore, examples could be bear and humans. All right. That was the video that I wanted to show you last week when things were not working well. So that tells us about the 3 types of things that we have that eat, okay? So in your populations, you have your producers, which are your plants. You have your consumers, which is all animals and humans, things that eat other things. And then you have your decomposers that rely on something that's a waste or decomposing in order to get its nutrients from that, okay? And with that discussion, learning those things will lead us into talking about next week the food chain, okay? And you're going to need to know what an omnivore, a herbivore, and a carnivore are when we start talking about food chains, okay? So you can always go back and re-look at this because this has been uploaded to the YouTube channel, the 4th grade YouTube channel, and you can go back and review producers, consumers, and decomposers, okay? And you need to know what they are so that when we start talking about the food chain, you'll know what's making its food and what's eating something else in order to live, okay? All right, so now I have one more thing that I want you guys to look at that's just fun. It's just a fun activity, and I'm going to let you all unmute yourself as soon as I get this up so that you can talk about it a little bit. This is a thing to sharpen your brain. It's a puzzle, pretty much. You're going to look at this, and you're going to try to decide what they mean, and I'm going to talk you through the first one so you understand what to do. So let me share this screen with you and while we look at it. Okay? All right, so you can go ahead and unmute yourself if you want to.
Oh, Lord.
All right. So this here is something to get your mind working, okay?
It looks like some ancient pyramid puzzle.
I know it kind of does, doesn't it? But it's not.
Mm-hmm.
All it does is, you're going to look at each one of these blocks, okay? Do you see this first one here? What's that word?
Sand.
Sand. What is it in? A box. So if you interpreted this, it would be sandbox. You ever been inside a sandbox?
Nope.
You've never played in a sandbox?
No.
That word there means sandbox. Okay? Look at the second one here. I'm going to walk you through this one too. What words do we see?
Man overboard.
Man overboard. That's correct. What does man overboard mean?
There's a
He
problem.
fell off the ship.
Fell
my
off the
pirate
boat.
ship.
He fell off the ship or a boat. Okay? All right, so I want you to take a minute and write these down, as many as you can. I'm gonna give you about a minute or so, okay? And I want you to write down what you think each one of these mean, and then we're gonna go through them and see how many you got correct.
Hold on. I have something on here. Hold on.
You got something on where?
I can run in my.
Okay? Look at them and write them down and see if you can figure out what they mean.
That is that. Here it is.
Damn.
Oh! Oh! Hey, what's that?
Is there anybody got half of it done so far?
No.
Yeah.
No, I only got 2.
No, that's how they work. Mommy, that's how they work.
All right. So we did 1 and 2. Can anybody tell me what 3 is? Riley?
I understand.
Exactly. I understand.
No, that wasn't like that.
Yes,
No, it wasn't.
yes, it was not. Yes, it was.
Okay. Number 4. Somebody tell me what number 4 is? Yeah, Lily Shelton?
Reading between the lines.
Exactly. Reading between the lines.
Like this one.
What about number 5? Camden? Camden, number 5.
Long underwear.
Yes, long underwear.
Long john.
That's exactly what that is, long johns. Number 6. Number 6. Maggie.
Downtown?
No. Number 6, not 7.
Oh.
But what was 7? Go ahead and tell them what 7 was, and we'll come back to 6.
I said downtown.
It is downtown. Number 7 was downtown.
Yay.
6. Who knows number 6? Somebody's got somebody in the background talking a whole lot. Havoc, what's number 6?
Railroad crossing.
Not railroad crossing. There's no rail there. There's just 2 words, roads and roads. Mia, do you know? Isabel? Crossroads. That's right. Crossroads.
knew it.
Okay, what about number 8? I mean, number 8.
Somebody's background said Affleck.
I'm trying to figure out who's got talking going on in the background. I'm trying to mute somebody and then unmute you to see. Briley, what's number 8?
Tricycle.
Tricycle. Yep. Tri means 3. Tricycle. It's tricycle. All right. What about number 9? Lexi?
Level up.
Not level up, but unlevel. It's unlevel. Okay, number 10. Anybody know that one? That one was hard for me. I had to think and think and think for that one. Does anybody know what number 10 is?
No.
What is an MD, a PhD, and a BS? They're what?
Doctor?
Degrees that a doctor would have, right?
Oh.
3 degrees below 0. 3 degrees below 0 is number.
Oh.
You get it?
Oh, yeah.
3 degrees below 0. What about number 11? Number 11 gave me trouble too.
Knee lights. What in the world? Put light bulbs on your knees.
Have you ever heard of neon lights?
Yeah.
Neon lights?
Oh, neon lights.
Neon lights. Neon lights.
Like neon yellow.
Yeah, like neon yellow, neon green, neon lights.
A highlighter.
Okay. What about number 12? 10, 11, and 12 are the ones that gave me the most trouble. 12 was What are those 2 things on the bottom?
Oh, I see. Ooh.
Huh? What are those 2 things on the bottom?
Circles.
Circles. And what are they under?
Eyes.
Circle under eye. They're like circles under your eyes.
Oh, like eye bags.
Yeah, like eye bags.
Oh, that's.
Hey, where we are?
We're on number 12.
They're really about them.
What's 13?
Here.
Isabel, tell me 13.
Big chair.
Big chair. Yes, big
Yeah.
chair.
No.
What about 14? Manny? Manny, did you know 14?
I don't know 14.
Mia, do you know 14? Isabel?
2 dice.
2 dice. 15.
Ooh.
15. Maggie?
Touchdown.
Touchdown. 16. 16. Lily Shue, where'd you go? Oh, there you are. What's 16?
I don't have 16.
Havoc?
5 feet below ground.
6 feet underground. There are 6 of those feet. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 feet underground. What's 17? Isabel?
Mind over matter.
Yes. Mind over matter. How many of you have heard me say that? Mind over matter. 18. Nalia, do you know 18?
He's not himself.
He's
By himself.
beside himself. Yes, he's beside himself. What does that mean?
Mm.
He's upset.
Oh.
19. 19.
Right?
This one you gotta look at it differently.
I know it.
Billy Shelton.
Glance.
It does. If you read it, it's glance. But how is it written?
Backwards.
Written backwards.
So it's a
Backwards glance.
backward glance. That means you're looking back. Backward glance. All right, number 20. 20. Maggie,
Death or life?
not afterlife, but
No, I said death or life.
no, but you're close.
No.
Where's the word life? Life, after,
Life? Death.
life, after death.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought
After
it was life.
death. Okay, 21. Anybody figure out 21?
Nope.
Wait.
What's a GI? That would be
I know the last one.
What is it?
number 21.
Yeah.
GI overseas. A soldier that went overseas. What about 22? Isabel? It's a blank program. What about 23?
What is that word?
Blouse. Isabel?
Mm-hmm.
Say it again.
Sea blouse.
Not see blouse, but close. Very, very close. Have it?
Blouse.
See through blouse. See through blouse.
Next one.
Okay, and 24. Okay, 24 would be if I had a secret, it would be what?
You and me?
Just between you and me.
Just between you and me. Okay? Just between you and me. Y'all like those?
Yeah, those were fun.
All right, I'll see if I can find some more of these. Maybe we can do this again another time, okay?
Okay.
Because I thought they were kind of cute, and so I thought y'all would like them.
What are they
I do.
called?
I know, right?
This one was just called Interpret. I don't remember what it was called. It was some kind of brain tease. It was a brain teaser is what they're called. Brain teasers.
Oh. They're fun.
I think this is like a. Oh no.
All right. what we were doing tonight. Just a recap of things that we went over tonight. Okay. We talked about angles. What's the new thing we learned tonight? Can anybody tell me? What's the new thing we learned? We practiced with it. What did we learn? I sent you one. Have it?
Protractors.
Protractors. How to use a protractor, okay? I've got another video, another thing I want to show you. Probably wait till Monday to show you that, okay? On protractors, okay? But if you can get your hands on a protractor, practice with it, okay? Learn how to decide what the angle is. Draw you an angle and then put a protractor on it and see if you can figure out what the actual degree is. Okay? So if you can get then we practiced on naming the angles by their sides, naming triangles by their sides. And we talked about producers, consumers, and decomposers. And that's going to lead us into talking about food chains, because you guys are going to eventually come up with drawing me a few, okay? So we're going to lead all this up to, okay, does anybody have any questions about tonight's lesson? No? All right, well, does anybody want to share anything else before we go? Maggie?
No.
That is opening May the 15th.
Is what?
The school opening May the 15th.
You're what for the May the 15th? Hoping for May the 15th?
It's like the school is open.
Oh, we don't know yet. They've not made a decision. Right now,
Stay-at-home order got extended to May 8th.
Why don't you love me?
that's not the school.
Tell me, baby, why don't you need me?
It's still on the park card.
Right,
It's not my fault.
Here.
William, did you have something you wanted to add? Okay.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go unless there's anybody who wants to stay on here and chat with me.
No.
No. I'll see you on Monday. Don't forget me on Monday, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Bye.
Your mom wants to say something.
Miss Miller.
Bye. Huh?
My mama want to say something.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm still here.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I wanted to tell you, I won't really be here tomorrow, so I was gonna send in his homework, email it to you tonight.
That's fine.
If that's okay. That's all I wanted to tell you.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. You stay safe out there.
You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Anybody else want to talk to me or talk to anybody on here, or just see you?
Bye, Jada.
Bye. Bye. Oh, William, you have something?
Yeah, my cousin just now made a Kahoot. I wanted to see if you wanted to do it.
You made a Kahoot? You want to share your Kahoot with us?
Ma'am.
Y'all want to stay on and play a Kahoot game with William? Sure, William. All right, you'll have to share your screen. I don't have to.
Just know I'm not the one on the computer. Plus, I did not make these questions. My cousin did. It don't matter. You made the questions. I didn't. We're having technical difficulties right now.
You haven't technical. I know about those.
Okay, we have it up.
All right, let me get.
Malia, I like your dog.
All right. I'm ready to play. I got Kahoot up. Let's see.
Wait, is it on share now?
Yes, I see you on share. I see me too. I see hi. You gotta click on classic there.
We're still recording.
Oh, are we? Let's stop recording.
Okay, the code is 9, 2, 1, 8,